Is this Mia Bright?
Yes, who am I speaking with?
I am Timmy's girlfriend.
Excuse me? Are you sure you have the right number? And who is this Timmy?
What? Of course I'm talking about Timothy Bright. Oh, you don't call him Timmy? You don't even have a nickname for him? Oh, poor Timmy. Doesn't sound like there's much love there.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about Timothy Bright, my husband?
Duh, of course I am.
So? What is this about? Are you telling me that you're having an affair with my husband?
No, not at all. We're not having an affair, silly. We're in love.
You do know that we're married, right? Do you even know what you're talking about? That makes you the affair partner by default.
Whatever, lady. It doesn't matter because in the end, he's gonna marry me.
Oh, is that so? And you are...
I'm Lexi. I'm 20. I'm in college and I'm super cute. One might say I'm irresistible.
Is that so, Lexi? And you really think you're having an affair with my husband, Tim? Are you sure you're talking about the right Timothy Bright?
God, you're so dense. Of course I'm talking about the right person. Think about it. How would I have your number and know your name? I snooped in Timmy's phone and got your number. Oh, by the way, you don't even have a nickname in Timmy's phone like Wifey or Honey or whatever. So lame.
Oh, is that so? Judging by the fact that you're texting me like this, I'm guessing you knew he was married? And yet, you decided to get involved with a married man anyways. What does that say about you?
Duh! Of course I knew. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I'm not blind. I saw the ring the first time we met. I told him when we first met that I don't care if he's married because he's so cute.
Oh, okay then. So, does that mean you also know that I'm pregnant right now?
Yeah, I know you're pregnant. I also know that the baby's in there because you couldn't get pregnant yourself. I know you guys did IVF or whatever. I mean, who puts their husband through all of that just to get pregnant? After you turn 40. What's that called again? Advanced age pregnancy or something? Like, you're my mom's age and you're pregnant. I can't even imagine being that old and pregnant. That just sounds gross to me. Like, who would want that anyways?
Well, if you know that much, I guess the rest of what you're telling me must be true. At the very least, the part about you having an affair with my husband.
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner! Wow, I was wondering if you were gonna get it through your thick skull, but I guess your brain isn't as shriveled as your ovaries. Oh, bonus round! Guess what? I have an even better surprise for you. I'm pregnant too!
What?
You heard me. I'm carrying Timmy and I's love child. We're totally in love, and we're gonna get married and have this beautiful wedding, and I even have the ring and the dress picked out, and we're gonna love each other forever. So, Mia, can you do me a solid and, get a divorce? This isn't like me being a total homewrecker or anything. This is me wanting to create a beautiful life for Timmy and I before our love baby arrives in this world. Besides, Timmy said so himself, that he doesn't want a baby that's been growing in a desolate, past its prime garden. I mean, come on, you're 40. Are you trying to make a world record or something? Oh, and another thing, he wasn't too keen about spending so much money on fertility treatments just so you can have a baby over 40. He thought it was a waste of money. What was the expression he used? Oh, right. High risk, low return. I guess that means you're not worth it or something.
Did Tim really say something like that?
I mean, with a young girl like me, it doesn't take so much work, you know what I'm saying? Like, making babies is fun with someone like me. And I mean, come on, by the time your kid's out of college, you'll be a totally old lady. I mean, older lady. Over 60? That's just gross. Like, no thank you. Seriously, what kid would want that? Every kid wants a young, energetic mom like me for sure. I would so not be stoked if my mom was that old. I'd be way embarrassed. I mean, really, what's the point of having a baby when you're so old? I don't get it.
Are you finished? I've had quite enough of your personal views, and frankly, I have better things to do with my time today. So, you reached out to me today to tell me that you're pregnant, and that because you're pregnant, I should divorce my husband? Is that what you're telling me?
Spot on, lady. Or in words you might understand, in a nutshell, yes. Oh my god, I can't even tell you how excited I am. We're gonna pick out names, go shopping, and decorate the baby's room and throw a baby shower. Oh, and unlike you, I'm gonna be the prettiest, most youthful mommy. I mean, don't you think Timmy prefers to have a young, beautiful wife too? So really, it's for everyone's good, you know? Don't you think everyone should be happy? So I really need you to divorce Timmy. Seriously, you're really cramping my style, and I can't make the plans I need to make if Timmy is still dragging the old ball and chain around. You understand, right?
I understand. I'm going to discuss this matter further with my husband. Expect to hear back from me at a later time.
Okay, but seriously, can you put a rush on it? I really need this divorce thing to happen quickly so I can plan my wedding and whatnot. I already told my bridesmaids which dress to buy, and I picked out a venue, but Timmy and I need to set a date. Can you divorce him soon? At least before my baby is born, you know.
So these are texts that I got from that tart of a girl. I am so sorry. My garden is past its prime. I would like an explanation, and I would also like you to explain to me what you plan to do from here on out.
Okay, so, geez, I wasn't really ready to talk to you about this, and I'm not sure exactly what to say. So Lexi let the cat out of the bag, huh? I can't believe she talked to you directly about this. I told her to lay low. You're serious, right? You're not duping me or anything. Is this like a hidden camera gotcha thing?
Are you seriously asking me if I'm serious when you're the one who chose to step out on this marriage? But your response tells me everything I need to know. I guess Princess Airhead was at least telling the truth. So you decided to have an affair with someone 20 years younger than yourself, and you went ahead and got her pregnant?
Yes. I didn't mean to. I mean, I wasn't planning on it, but I'm afraid so.
You're afraid so. That's your answer. You broke your vows to me, and that's the best you can come up with. You seriously couldn't come up with anything better to say? You don't even have the balls to be straight up with your wife and tell me the straight truth, yet you had the balls to have an affair? I can't even deal with how absolutely unintelligent you sound right now.
I'm so sorry, Mia. I've just been mentally and emotionally drained, with work and all the fertility treatment stuff, and I just couldn't help myself. I was just looking for a distraction, something exciting or something fun to pass the time, and the next thing I know, I'm involved with this girl, and there's no turning back.
When did I ask you for an apology or an explanation? But you do owe me the truth. When did you start seeing her?
From about February of this year. When I said I joined a soccer league, I was actually just going to bars and seeing if I could meet someone for something casual.
Oh, so it's been about a year then. You lied to me about where you were going, and you were just out trying to pick up some girl for sex? At least you could have told me you were fishing or something, because that's what you were doing! So now you end up getting this casual hookup pregnant. Did you even know you got her pregnant?
I mean, she told me she was 2 months pregnant last month. But, we hadn't made any final decisions on, what to do or anything.
God, Tim, listen to yourself. What do you mean by what to do?
Whether or not we should keep the baby. And, who would pay for what.
Unbelievable. You are so incredibly irresponsible. First, you step out on your marriage when your wife is pregnant. Then you knock up a cheerleader with no plans on how to deal with it? So tell me this, Tim. What were you planning to do had I not found out about this affair? Were you going to keep a secret family like those creeps on the True Crime Channel? And if so, how did you plan to accomplish that? You barely make enough to support one family, let alone 2. Did you think anything through when you decided to have unprotected sex with some young girl who doesn't know any better?
To be honest, I wasn't thinking straight. I was just so excited that such a young girl was willing to give me the time of day. And I did think things through when she told me she was pregnant. I just thought it would all work out since Dad still sends us money. I mean, you're pregnant and the doctor said that you were high risk, so I didn't want to upset you. I just thought it would be better for everyone if I waited to talk to you about it.
Are you kidding me? Seriously, are you being serious right now? You were really planning on raising your affairs partner's kid with money that my father sends us?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
That is exactly what you just said. I'm not even angry, I'm just stunned. I'm stunned at your utter stupidity. This goes without saying, but we're getting a divorce.
Wait, a divorce?
Yes, a divorce. Of course. What did you expect? Did you not think this would be a consequence of your actions? I have zero intention of reconciling with a man who stepped out on our marriage to have a kid with some college girl. On top of that, there is absolutely no point in us continuing on with our marriage under the current situation. It'll just be uncomfortable for everyone involved, since you and that girl seem to be so concerned with what's best for everyone, given the circumstances. So yes, divorce. Let's make it a quick one and get it over with.
But are you sure? If that's what you want, I'm not going to argue with you. You have a career. You'll probably be fine without me. But her, she probably won't make it on her own.
Okay, then this should be easy enough. A no contest divorce. No fault, irreconcilable differences, equal division of assets. I'm going to pack up and go to my parents' house for a while. I think we need to take some time to cool off and process what happened today. I was planning on spending a few months there when the baby is born anyway, so it's fine. I will be in touch with the details. I think it's best we take some time apart. Hello, Lexi. It's Mia.
Damn, it's about time you got back to me. You like to take your sweet time, huh, lady? I told you I have things to do. I need to make plans, and you're not helping. Oh, and by the way, nice of you to keep me on red this whole time. I sent you so many messages, you know. The least you could do was respond without making me wait so long.
I was busy getting my affairs in order. Isn't that what you asked for? In any case, I'd like to address some matters with you. Yesterday, we held a meeting, Tim and I, with our respective divorce attorneys. We arrived at the conclusion that divorce would be the best course of action for us.
Really? That's so sweet. Sorry, lady. I mean, I steal your hubby away. Obs, I'm the one that said get a divorce, but wow. I didn't think you'd go for it since no one's ever gonna want to be with some old single lady with a little kid, you know. But don't you have life experiences or something like that to make it on your own?
So, as a result of the discussions that were held yesterday, and while this is a tentative plan, I'd like to inform you of it now as a courtesy. My attorney will be filing a civil suit against you on my behalf for damages totaling $20,000. The subpoena is forthcoming, so expect it to be served in the next few days.
What?
Since I extended a courtesy to you, it would be appropriate for you to extend the same to me and pay me in one lump sum. I'm sure you two don't want to be dealing with me forever, and I certainly want to get this over with, so I suggest you start doing what you have to do to get the money together. You can certainly ask Tim to pay the money for you, I suppose. But be forewarned, he will be responsible for his own set of payments, which I'm sure will cause him some level of difficulty, so maybe you should look elsewhere for the money.
Wait just a second. What are you talking about, lady? All I did was ask you to get a divorce, which you did, so what's the problem? I thought you didn't have a problem with any of this, and that's why you agreed to get a divorce. I didn't do anything wrong. Why do I have to pay you?
Why? You know why. You chose to have a physical relationship with a married man with knowledge that he was still legally married, which gives me the right to sue you for damages in this state. It's called alienation of affection. If you're unfamiliar, I suggest you Google it and get to know it a little better. Of course, I'm sure you will become more acquainted with it as the civil suit progresses.
But I'm pregnant. No way in hell. I can't pay that. I'm gonna have a baby. It's gonna cost money.
Well, actually, it's because you're pregnant that I have all the proof I need to establish an alienation of affection suit against you. You see, that baby is proof you had physical relations with my husband while he was still legally married. Besides, the fact that babies cost money goes both ways. It's the same for me, too. You know, now that I'm going to be a single mother, I need to do what I need to do to make sure I'm able to financially support my baby on my own. You made a conscious decision as a 20-year-old adult to have unprotected sex with a married man. So certainly you're going to own up to the consequences that flow from your choices. You understand that concept, right? You make choices, you pay the consequences.
What? I didn't know. It wasn't my fault. I can't pay that. $20,000? There's no way in hell I can come up with that kind of money. I'm a student. I can barely pay tuition. How am I supposed to pay that? What do you expect me to do?
What did you expect when you reached out to me? You're the one that fully admitted to me that you had a physical affair with a legally married man, knowing full well that he was legally married. Did you really think that all you had to do was tell me to get a divorce and that would open up a clear path to you two getting married? Did you really think you wouldn't have to take any responsibility for being an admitted homewrecker?
This is so not fair. I had no idea. I swear I didn't know. How can you do this to me? All we did was fall in love, and we talked about how our future together would be. We never talked about anything else. Timmy didn't say anything about having to pay you.
You know, you two truly are meant for each other. You're both complete airheads that don't think things through or take responsibility for your actions. Your level of ignorance is stunning to me. At least Tim agreed to pay alimony and child support without a fight. That was smart on his part, I'll give him that.
$20,000? I don't have that kind of money. I can't make that kind of money. I'm pregnant. What job can I possibly get? Just stop it. God, you're just as bad as Timmy said you were. You are vile, evil old hag who's jealous Timmy found someone younger and more beautiful to be with. It's not my fault you couldn't keep your husband. It's not my fault your husband fell deeply and madly in love with me. I didn't do anything wrong. Drop the lawsuit.
Oh? Is that what you want me to do? Not file this civil suit, which I am well within my legal rights to file? If that's the case, I will give you one and only one chance.
Chance? What chance? What are you talking about?
If you agree to do exactly as I say, and I mean exactly as I tell you to do, if you're in full compliance, I will reconsider the lawsuit.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that if I do whatever you tell me to do, you won't file that lawsuit? Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I'm being very serious. And don't worry, this will all be in writing, so you can make sure every aspect of it will be legally sound.
Okay, yes, I'll do it. I will do whatever you want me to do if that means I don't have to pay you $20,000. I'll do anything, I swear. Just tell me what to do.
It's really quite simple. I'm sure even someone with an intellect that resembles a sieve like yourself can comprehend the terms of this agreement. I want you to marry Tim and promise to never divorce him. If you can promise me that, I will withdraw the civil suit.
Wait, did you say you want me to marry Timmy? And stay married to Timmy? Is that what you said to me? That's it?
Absolutely, that's it. In lieu of filing the civil suit, you will enter into a contract stating that you owe me a debt of $20,000, which becomes payable if and when you're in breach of our agreement. If you choose not to marry him, or you do but decide to divorce him, that debt will become due immediately.
Okay, so that means I don't have to come up with the money right now and pay you as long as I do what you want me to do? And you're telling me all I have to do is marry Timmy? Forever?
Or you can pay me now. Your choice. I don't care, as long as I get paid the debt that is owed to me.
No, No, I won't. I can't pay you that much money. I will absolutely take the deal. I'll marry him. I can't believe it. All you want me to do is the thing that I want to do anyways? Of course I'll marry Timmy. We promised to be happy forever. You promise that as long as I marry Timmy and stay married to Timmy, we're even? I won't owe you that money? What's the catch? There has to be a catch. This is too good to be true. Please just tell me, what is the catch?
No catch, just a straightforward legal agreement. I mean, you're still quite young. I understand it would be difficult for you to handle being the subject of a civil lawsuit you're likely to lose, and even harder for you to come up with that kind of money. You also have a child on the way. I'm no devil. I understand you want to build a nest and make sure you can take proper care of that baby of yours. I imagine your preference would be to have someone there to support you, so this is a compromise I'm willing to make. As long as you marry Tim and stay married to Tim, you don't have to pay me for the debt. Once your baby is born, I imagine it's going to be difficult to continue attending classes at your college. You will have to change your life to meet the needs of that baby. But really, you still have a lot to learn about life and everything else. I do insist that you take something from this experience and think about the consequences of your actions. So consider the arrangement a wedding gift from me.
Wow! I can't believe it. I'm like stunned. Okay, so maybe I was kind of wrong about you. I didn't think you were such a nice person. I thought you were a total witch. I am so sorry. Look, I got really upset and I'm pregnant and I said a lot of things I probably shouldn't have said. I didn't mean anything I said to you.
Oh, please, don't worry about any of that. I didn't take any of that to heart anyways. I wish you the best of luck with you, Tim and the baby. One happy family, right?
Oh my God, thank you so much. I promise you we will be so happy together. I'm going to make Timmy so happy and we're going to be in love forever.
Mia, Lexi told me everything. Thank you for doing that. That is so big of you to congratulate us.
What are you talking about? Anyways, the divorce papers have been filed, so would you mind not contacting me anymore?
Sorry, but I just wanted to show my appreciation. Lexi and I both thank you so much. I can't believe you withdrew the request for payments as long as Lexi and I got married. That is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. Admittedly, what we did was terrible for you, and it put you in a really bad spot. You totally took the high road for the sake of me and Lexi's baby. Now, we can have a fresh start and build a new life together. I mean, let's be honest, I'm gonna be so broke if I pay you all that alimony. I was really worried about how I was gonna pay for everything else. So, thank you. After all that I put you through, I'm so grateful that you're willing to take the high road and wish us well. You really are amazing. But don't worry, I promise to pay the child support to you on time.
I think you should take a breath because you're misunderstanding me. My agreement with that girl has nothing to do with your legal obligation to pay me alimony.
What?
What do you mean, what? What made you think that you are off the hook from paying? Let me make one thing clear. The only payment this agreement covers is what that girl owes me and nothing else. You, on the other hand, still owe me the full amount in alimony and child support that the court directed. The agreement doesn't mention any of those payments. Oh, and as for alimony, remember, you and your attorney agreed to the terms stating that the payment will be made in one lump sum.
Wait, what? Why does Lexi get a free pass and not me?
I gave it some serious thought. Girls like that can be nasty, you know. I don't need drama or some little girl stalking me with a vengeance, you know. Her actions and behavior up to this point spoke volumes to her character and level of intellect. She went ahead and declared she was going to take you away from me without even considering the consequences of her actions or of what she was saying to me. Then she acts like she's the victim and whines about not being able to pay the damages for the alienation of affection suit. I mean, seriously, cry me a river, but I guess that's how girls like that get their way in this world. If I force her to make the payment, she's the type to hold a nasty grudge. She's an entitled little brat, and she would hold it against me. even if I had every legal right to sue her for what she did to me. I'm not going to risk the safety of my baby or my family. I'm going to be a single mother now. My priorities have shifted. My baby's safety is my top priority, and I have to do what it takes to make sure that he or she is safe. That's why I agreed to a compromise with her, specifically. Given the circumstances, I thought the terms of our agreement were incredibly fair. I mean, compared to $20,000, me and my family's safety is worth so much more. It's not about the money, Tim. It's about my baby's safety and making sure that girl stays away from us forever. The fact that the agreement is contingent on you two staying married is so that you can keep that girl under control.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm quite sure it will occur to you shortly after you marry her that paying the $20,000 would have been worth it instead of going through with marrying her.
What? Wait, just wait. I am not understanding this. What are you talking about? Me keep Lexi under control? The safety of our baby? How would paying the $20,000 instead of marrying Lexi be worth it? I don't understand.
Oh, and I suppose I should tell you this now since you're going to hear it soon from my brother anyways. You're being demoted, and you're also being transferred to the new branch in Iowa.
Wait. What? Why?
Why? You're asking me why. Oh, how quickly we forget. You got hired by the company you work for now through my brother's connections. Remember? My brother went out of his way to vouch for you when you had no relevant experience. He put his career at the company on the line for you. My brother also put in a good word for you so you could get that big promotion. Remember?
Yes, but...
And the thanks he gets is that you cheat on me and divorce me. Talk about smearing mud in someone's face. You didn't think for a second that he would take offense to what you did to me? You honestly didn't think you could stay in that position at this company, did you? After what you did to me? After what you put me through? While I'm pregnant? The fact that you're not getting canned for your obvious incompetence is a show of kindness. From my family to your new one, consider it a gift.
I mean, yeah, okay. But Iowa?
Yes, Iowa. At that new branch office that's just opened, where they have nothing but boxes upon boxes of files, you'll be a lifelong paper pusher. If that's not to your liking, why don't you start looking for a new job? Of course, no company in your competitive industry is going to bother with an over 40 ungrateful has-been who's been demoted and sent off to a branch office. Maybe there is. Who knows? Perhaps you should start looking sooner rather than later. Oh, and good luck finding a new job with no references. My brother is so angry. Everyone at the company knows about your infidelity and how you're running off with some tart you got pregnant while your wife is carrying your child. Either way, you should start budgeting accordingly, since that's going to be a pretty drastic pay cut. Oh, but I checked with my attorney. It's not enough of a drop to alter the terms of the support payments. You will still be responsible for paying the same amount in alimony and child support as what is in the divorce agreement.
What am I supposed to do, Mia?
I imagine whatever you need to do to come up with the alimony and child support payments. It's quite simple, Tim. You did what you wanted to do. Now you're paying the consequences as every adult should. If that means living within your very limited means and maybe even taking out loans, that's what you're going to have to do. Good news, though. I hear the cost of living in Iowa is significantly lower than it is here, so you've got that going for you. Of course, nothing can turn back time, so you'll still be an over 40 has-been, and now you will be a cheating has-been with a crappy job and a new baby. Oh, wait, 2 babies, I suppose, since you will have to take care of that girl, too. She doesn't come across as the type to have a lot of employable skills. One day, that girl is going to see you for who you really are, an old, withered nobody. She'll be pissed that she married someone so old, but she'll be stuck because she'll have to pay me the debt she owes me if she divorces you. So what do you get out of this, you ask? Exactly what you deserve, Tim. You'll live the rest of your life being hated by that girl who, by the way, won't have her cheerleader good looks forever. Oh, and let's not forget the baby you decided to make with her. I hope that romp was worth it. You're going to have to pay to support them for a very, very long time. I wonder how old you will be when you can finally afford to retire. I mean, you'll have to pay for an apartment, utilities. I don't think you can live in Iowa without a car. Yeah, you're gonna be old before you can even think about retiring. Oh, but right around that time will be when your child needs the most financial support, so good luck with that. I gotta hand it to you. I always hoped that one day you would become a hard worker, and now you have no choice. At least you'll get some rest when you're 6 feet under.
What have I done? What's gonna happen to me?
I mean, what happens to you and your cheerleader has no bearing on me anymore, so I don't really care. But that baby of yours, that baby didn't do anything wrong, so make sure you work hard and give him or her the best life you can, okay? One last thing, and I promise this is the last thing I have to say to you.
What now?
How dare you say you were tired of fertility treatments as the reason for why you cheated on me? You have a lot of nerve saying that, especially because you and your low sperm count was the reason you and I couldn't get pregnant in the first place. You were the reason we needed all of those expensive fertility treatments. It had nothing to do with me or my age. But you had the nerve to run your mouth saying my garden is desolate or whatever and give me crap for being over 40 when I finally got pregnant? I hope you got to say what you needed to say while you had the chance. And I also hope for your sake that the baby inside the cheerleader is, in fact, yours. I'm not even going to wish you both to go to hell. That would be sweet mercy compared to what your actual life here on Earth will be like moving forward. Instead, I'll be satisfied knowing that the life ahead for both of you will be the earthly version of purgatory. A purgatory of your own making. So, on that note, have a nice life, Tim.
Wait, Mia, please. Please forgive me, please. Just give me one more chance.
After that, Tim made numerous attempts to contact me. He showed up at my parents' house and got down on his hands and knees and begged me for forgiveness. However, with both my attorney and my parents threatening to have me file a restraining order against him, he finally backed off. He seems to have finally given up on attempting a reconciliation with me, has taken out several loans, and is now doing what he can to get by while paying the alimony and child support the court ordered in our divorce. Meanwhile, as for his affair partner, she was cut off by her family and dropped out of college for not being able to pay her tuition. Sometime later, she and Tim did, in fact, get married. After they got married, they picked up and moved to Iowa so he could begin working at the branch office following his dramatic demotion. I'm sure his new bride had a few choice words to say about moving away from the city and not having the lavish wedding she'd always envisioned for herself. From what I heard, the two of them began their new life in Iowa, cramped in a tiny apartment that they could barely afford. Their finances were in shambles, with Tim working multiple jobs just to make ends meet. The girl ended up having to work extra shifts too as a cashier at their local grocery store, right up to her due date. In addition, the baby that came into this world amidst all of that chaos turned out looking like an angel. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed angel right here on Earth. Tim has dark features, dark hair, dark eyes, even dark skin. Needless to say, that led to even more arguments, but in the end, they decided not to get a divorce. After all, the consequences of that would be something neither of them could afford. 2 years after Tim and I's divorce, Tim collapsed at work, resulting in complete paralysis on his right side. He was transported to the hospital immediately, where the doctors were able to save his life. They said any delay and he might not have been so lucky. The girl, who had at one time so enthusiastically declared her love for Tim, refused to provide him with the full-time nursing care he now required. Instead of taking care of her now paralyzed husband, one night she snuck out of their tiny apartment while Tim and the baby were sleeping and disappeared into the night, never to be heard from again. Tim, now a shell of the man he once was was taken in by his parents who agreed to take on his care. The child ended up getting adopted by relatives on the girl's side of the family, and I'm told is living a good, happy life. Let this be a lesson to all that nothing good will come of acting without regard for the consequences of those actions. The only good to come of this is the fact that their child was adopted by loving, capable family members and is thriving under their care. As for me, I gave birth to a very healthy baby who is being raised, surrounded by love from me, my parents, and my siblings. It's difficult to comprehend the amount of love I feel for this child, whose arrival I had been waiting for so very long. Sure, I went through a lot while I was pregnant, and there are moments when being a single parent is hard, but I wouldn't change anything. My baby is happy, healthy, and absolutely perfect. The only concern in my current life is not to turn into one of those parents that spoils their kid rotten. In any case, I have no doubt that me and my child will live a long, happy, fulfilling life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.